I read this chapter so early in the morning. For whatever reason, I imagined Wendy being Connie from Attack on Titan in the last page, thinking like, oi, 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 oi! Yeah, I'm still tired. The series remembers that we have over 5 chapters to go. That or old Mashima decides to make one final move. Whatever the case may be, he's either going for broke to cause the mayhem one more time, or it could be a huge trick. One would probably imagine Red Wedding of Terra, though that's out of round. However, if the series wants to do one last bang, at least it's going to try, and that's all I can ask for at this point. It's funny because this chapter almost feels like it was planning to stretch out the ending as long as it can, as if Mashima doesn't know what to do with the spare chapters. After getting through with the chapter, it does appear it was meant to create a false ending, as one final trick is about to occur. Now maybe it could be some kind of Bio Broly from Dragon Ball Z movie 11 moment, where it was going to be something explosive, only to cut really short. Whatever it is, for the ending's sake, it at least going to do one attempt, and I welcome it. The chapter majority plays off as a false ending, meaning it has the atmosphere that the war is now over and there's nothing else to fear but property trip on a broken platform. The Book of End does disappear, and supposedly Nasu can no longer be effective by the death of Zeref. Well, he had a great cheat code, so it's understandable, like it or not, that it would occur that way. It plays off like it's the moment of truth, which I knew it was going to be well. Sure enough, Nasu is fine, and everything was at peace. We have plenty of chapters to go. I was getting ready to see how the ending would play out, although after a series of strange decisions in writing and disappointing outcome, I still want to see how the ending plays out, since going back to Mashima's last work, he can create a nice ending. Maybe not for the final fight, especially here, but for the ending, he can do so. Now that I remember his last work, it does consist on something life-changing, only to find his way to make it happy. I begin to think if I should expect it from here. I would say this, I do find myself liking this chapter more than the last two. I like the calming atmosphere with Nasu's and others, reminding me of the old days before the series gone off the rail. I know people would like to say, it's always been bad, what are you talking about? But I do give credits where it's due to series I am not fond of. You sort of wish that it remained that way, with the adventure, swapping partners, and have a fun time. In here, we have the original main characters, Happy included, gathered in one area. We do get to see Erza and Gial one more time, reassuring that he is alive, and now he has to work on his future rather than trying to die for the greater good. It was short, but since it was only a reminder, it didn't take away from the focus of what it was trying to accomplish. On the upside, Gial may finally reevaluate his life and start thinking straight. That is, if everything is over. The part where Nasu and others start walking is like everything that reminisces the good old days. Almost like we are being mocked. They already have an adventure plan, and while that Aquarius stunt was lackluster, and I know the reaction was really not that good, it at least shows that they didn't act like the series just ended just cuz. While some series are reasonable with its end, some made it out to be the end of everything, like you cannot do no more missions, adventure, or anything like that. The point is everyone is back together and already wants to go back to make an adventure. Then Nasu disappeared as if they were talking to a ghost. I don't think he disappeared forever. For all we know, he probably went to another location for some reason. On the other hand, he could play off as a character that goes away for a long time only to return just right before the series completely ends. It has happened a lot in anime and manga, so perhaps this could be the same. So I think before the very end of this chapter, I will give credit to the artwork, as it is once again pretty solid. As the chapter doesn't offer much content, it offers a good go home feel moment with its atmosphere. It actually feels a bit tender to see the original cast in one area, walking and talking about their next plan. While I think the ending will be a happy one, the disappearance did hurt it, and I was a bit bummed out. It's not on the writing, it's just my personal interest. His disappearance, temporary or not, could play an effect for the real problem. The chapter ends with a cliffhanger that could go in many ways. The time lapse may not actually stop Archilugia after all, and it may be him escaping from there. That would mean the others are not dead as well, though if he is back, I'll take it. The other prediction is maybe it would be just Ichiya and Anna making their return, and I could imagine the reaction from the fans. Lastly, it could be a negative effect of using time lapse in work, which may be breaking time and space. We do have a good amount of chapters left, so whatever it is, go for broke. The chapter is more calming and good felt moment. After the last couple of chapters of missteps, it's easier to breeze and accept the chapter for a soothing atmosphere. While the problem may not last long, or even a cliffhanger may not lead to something danger, I do appreciate the artwork and scenery display of good old times. I'm giving this chapter a 7. After the last couple of chapters, this one is more charming. It's just a calm and it's just something that's reminiscent of the old days. I like those kind of moments. I know a lot of people already given up the series, but you at the end, you might as well just end it completely. What are your thoughts of this chapter? Do you think it's Archilugia making a return? Do you think it's just a time and space breaking apart? Or you think Ichiya and Anna are making their return and that's about it? There could be one huge tease, or it could be something actual danger. According to the chapter preview, it's called World Collapse, so it does suggest for the worst. It could be the first two options with the Archilugia or the time and space breaking apart. Hopefully we still get a good ending out of this. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.